Hi everybody, welcome to Pure Tarot. So I'm doing an all signs reading tonight, Aries through Pisces, for the full moon in Sagittarius of December 19th, 2021. So the full moon is in the Gemini Sagittarius axis, and it is conjoining the Galactic center at 27 degrees Sagittarius, which to me tells me that whatever beautiful thoughts, amazing dreams, and visions that you might have for yourself for the next year would have a chance, to maybe travel through the galactic center and being maybe heard and seen, out there far and wide. So let's look at that for each sign. I'm going to draw first for Aries. Let's take a look at what they're dreaming up big. What is the main focus? What are they putting in the galactic center, through the galactic center into the cosmos? Three of Pentacles, that is beautiful energy of collaboration, of quality work. There's a beautiful idea of creation here with the three, One is like static and stationary. Two, well, you might argue with that, idea, but meaning the one is isolated, the two is sort of stable and in balance, whereas the three already has this energy of the spiral, right? So in that sense, there's the beginning of a movement. So that's really, really beautiful for you. So anything that you build, anything that you collaborate on, anything that you put your skills and knowledge to, if you apply your skills and knowledge, will get done well, will get done with artistry, mastery, and should normally stand the test of time. Whatever you create would withstand the test of time. Let us see if you're sharing this dream with someone in 2022. Let us pull a card for that. Wow, I just pulled the Emperor. So you could be meeting someone in authority, right, that has quite a good job, could be extremely stable, well established as well in terms of home life. This person means business. This person is serious, committed. Their word is their bond. This person is very sure of themselves, maybe even a bit cocky sometimes. I feel like they would know when to speak and also when not to speak, right? The right dosage between, listening and when they speak, always saying the right things, the right amount, in the right way, right? Very, I have the word obviously regal, but I don't know, this sort of innate gift for communication and mostly leadership. So Aries, it's your card. It could be you it could also be someone you're meeting, right? It's definitely showing who you are becoming or working with in 2022. I mean, you could be partnering up with this person in business here with the Three of Pentacles. Or it could all be your energy. And the way you show up to the world is someone reliable, you know, that they can hire because of the high knowledge, the skills that you possess, the experience, the leadership. Big happy changes. I can't believe this. That's the whole theme too. Dream it up big. Big happy changes here. This is gorgeous. It's really gorgeous. And I just pulled a purse. Yeah, are you seeing it? No. I was wondering. Little purse here. I don't know. I want to put the purse on the Emperor, but it doesn't really suit him to be wearing a purse. But maybe on the Three of Pentacles, you're generating money. That's what it tells me. Oh my gosh. That is beautiful. I think it's a lucrative project that you're getting into. That's what it tells me. All right, let's do Taurus. That was funny. Okay. One card for Taurus. What is their big dream for 2022? What are they putting into the cosmos through the gateway of the Galactic Center? What is this energy traveling for Taurus? Wow, the King of Pentacles. Wow. I mean, you just had the Emperor, you know, like for Aries, so bossed up, and you know, you're no exception, Taurus. You're this beautiful, steady energy, resourcefulness, experience, maturity, this sort of go-to person, right? Like a mentor quality to you. This is extremely strong. People look up to you. You're also a very good business person. You know how to make money. You make money. You're pretty well off. Or it's never an issue, right? You're also a good advisor, very good advisor. So the mentor, again, the mentoring aspect of your personality in terms of sharing your abilities and your experience and helping others generate their own money. So let's see who you are partnering with in 2022 in regards to this vision. You have the Ace of Swords. Well, you might be going solo here with the Ace of Swords, but definitely you'll be speaking your truth. You'll be extra communicative. You'll be speaking loud and clear. People will hear you from a distance. You know, like some people are very good at projecting their voice, and so they're made for public speaking, you know, for, you know, anything that has to do with being in front of a camera. having a mic in their hand. You know, this is having the mic in your hand. So this King of Pentacles is extremely... It feels like he has another business idea that he wants to put forth here. It feels, Taurus, like you might be taking on a new business venture, not... could be an adventure, but it's a venture. And it would have to do with communication, definitely. It also has to do with self-expression, expression, like to be self-expressed is what I want to say. Making that a priority in terms of wanting to be heard, right? It's also a very individualistic kind of energy, where this King of Pentacles would, you know, be the star of the show kind of thing, you know, like, which is not necessarily his usual primary focus typically for the King of Pentacles, but there's a lot more wanting to draw attention here than usual with the Ace of Swords. So I think you'd want to be in the limelight, Taurus. And just one card out of these, please. Just one. Just one. Just one. Ask your angels. You know, it's interesting because I think this new venture, although you're very proficient and experienced already and seasoned, I think you would benefit from asking your angels and putting it out there the way I was describing, using the fact that we're, you know, plugged in the galactic center with, you know, through the full moon that we're having, to connect, you know, having this direct line of communication here with the heavens. It's a beautiful energy. I drew a spider web, a little spider web for you. That's so funny. Well, you know, the web is could be online, right? This venture could be an online venture with the web there. Could also be so the people you choose to network. But if you're asking your angels, it has to do with, you know, if you realize that the spiders, when an insect falls in their web, the vibration of the insect trying to get out of the web, right? They're trying to free themselves. It creates vibration on the threads of the web. And this is what alerts the spider. And so, you know, this asking your angels is a very subtle way of asking and tugging on the web, if you, on the threads, if you know what I'm saying. So let's move to Gemini. This will be time-stamped. I should have said that before. Yes, I should have let people know, because I feel this is going to be a long all signs. I don't think I know what I got into. Or now I do. Okay, Gemini. What are you dreaming? What are you putting out there? What is traveling through the galactic center for you? The Chariot in reverse. Why is that? Wow. The Emperor and the Two of Wands. So this is why. Your Chariot is in reverse because you're in a manifestation mode. You're more on the ideation, the creation, the co-creation, maybe co-creating with the Emperor here, because this would be the people that the person that you'd be drawing in for 2022 in relations to this big dream that you have. So I think you're at a stall because you might not have met this person just yet. You're waiting to travel towards them, Gemini, or you're waiting for them to travel towards you. You know, I feel them longing, or I feel you longing as well, right? I think there's an energy of, there's a lot of patience that is being required from both of you. But I feel this person is very patient here with the Emperor. Whoever this person is not being fazed by, you know, Aries or Taurus. They're not being fazed by having to wait on you. They're not being fazed by letting life unfold and letting things get situated, you know. I think that's what it is. They're trusting. They're absolutely trusting. They're an all-knowing sort of empirical way of all-knowing. How can I express this? Empirically knowing that it'll manifest, right? Especially, you know, this is a manifestation energy, or, you know, being in the midst of manifesting, but this is the materialization of this manifesting, right? So this person is definitely helping you move this dream forward. This is a very good, I feel they bring stability to the equation here. I think this person is, this Emperor who's coming in, Gemini, is instrumental. So this Aries or Taurus could be, could not, could be another sign, but mainly Aries or Taurus. Whoever's coming in for you that way, Gemini, is instrumental in helping you achieve this dream here. Wow, the same card that I got for Taurus. Ask your angels. So another energy of putting it out there through the Galactic Center to send you this person, maybe. Ask your angels to send you this person that is going to be instrumental in creating this dream. Because for now you're at a halt. This particular dream is not being concretized, if that's a word in English. Concrétisé. It has to do with traveling as well, okay? Remember that it's also sort of a travel card where, you know, this person is at a distance from you, right? And I think that's why the Chariot is in reverse, is that they're not in your life. They're not close to you. So that's, your dream is to get closer. So ask your angels for this. You know, the pandemic obviously is creating this situation. There might have been other factors that are preventing you from traveling towards one another, but the phone. It's a little phone. It says, while you cannot travel towards one another, use it's literally saying use the phone. Call one another. Use the phone. I can't make this up, Gemini. That's a literal message from Spirit. That's funny. Okay, let's do Cancer. Cancer. What's in store for Cancer when it comes to this beautiful energy traveling through the galactic center, going towards you or from you, going out into the cosmos? What are you dreaming big, Cancer? Let's look at that. What are you dreaming big? Tower in reverse. Let's get some more cards. So you're done with the changes. I think probably 2021 was a year of changes for you. And I mean quite literally, right? You might have changed locations. You might have downsized your home. You might have changed your job. You might have changed your partner. You might be single right now in the midst of a separation. You might even have changes at different levels, so more than one sphere of life. So the good thing is that that quote-unquote destruction is sort of over with. You have a clean slate to build on, Cancer. You might have had a hard time coping with all the surprises, right? But I think that, like I said, you're done with the surprises. I think you've seen it all at this point. So I think you're out of the woods here in terms of moving on. I think you're ready to rebuild. Let's look at who's helping you rebuild and what big dream might you be building or working towards with this person. Six of Pentacles in reverse. I'll get another one. The Ace of Cups. Beautiful. Okay, so maybe that's what happened. You weren't in an equal give and take, but you have the Ace of Cups here, so I sense you might have been in an unfair situation. So like I said, it could pertain to more than one area of your life, which would have been extra difficult, right? Because I mean, if already you have one upheaval happening, you don't necessarily need to have multiple, right? But definitely, I think you've felt like you've been served, like, you know, the short straw, like being always on the short end of the stick kind of feeling always like you're falling short in terms of resources, falling short on your luck, that kind of energy. But it's interesting, I feel like you've gained a lot of self-love through the process. I think you've learned that you were quote-unquote indestructible. Your essence is indestructible. You are able to rebuild, renew, you know, have all of your juices coming back up, and, you know, you're able to start all over. I mean, this is literally like starting all over. So the person you're collaborating with is going to help you rectify the imbalance here, the inequalities of your life, right? They're gonna love you and unconditionally, They're going to accept you, you know, no matter like whatever mishaps you might have and difficult situations and predicaments you might be left with. It's a beautiful energy of service, someone helping you out, you know, lending you a hand when you need one. Maybe lending you money because you're, you know, or if they don't have any money to give you in this case, they will give you other things such as their support, you know, their love, their trust. And here we have peaceful resolution. That's a beautiful card for the Tower that I was saying in reverse, in terms of, you know, you've gone through all of the difficulties. It's behind you. Okay, Cancer, let's look at the Buddha. So peaceful. It's interesting. The Buddha is usually very peaceful, right? And it's asking you, well, it's telling you you'll have a peaceful resolution. And I did mention, you know, self-love here. Buddha is a lot about, you know, loving yourself, loving life, laugh it out, right? Find your joy. So it's extremely auspicious. You are meeting someone that is going to be helpful in this respect, right? They're going to bring you peace, love, support. They're, you know, they might not have any money to help you, but they will heal any situation that felt unfair and felt one-sided. They will give you a renewed sense of hope in that sense. Let's do Leo. What is Leo's big dream? What is their focus? And what is it they're putting out there? What is crossing the galactic center for them? What is the energy fueling this dream for Leos? The Lovers, wow. It's an amazing energy. So your big dream is falling in love this year. You might have more than one option. You might have more than one person that you're interested in, Leo. And vice versa, you might have more than one person interested in you. I also feel you'd be focused on, self-love to an extent, right? Making sure that it's almost like I got this energy of you putting yourself in check in terms of, okay, I want a relationship, but I need to make sure I am actually receptive to one, right? Catching yourself in the energy of wanting this relationship and yet knowing that you have to allow it into your life. And that's a choice in itself. And it's almost like choosing you, right? You're choosing your happiness by choosing to open yourself and becoming vulnerable, making yourself vulnerable. Let's look at the person you'd be partnering up with in this particular love scenario, since this is what's being emphasized. The Nine of Wands, let's get one more, and the Three of Cups. Interesting. So you'd be reuniting with someone of the past, someone with whom you've had shared experiences with, not necessarily painful ones, but there's definitely a shared past with this person. It doesn't feel like new. This person will bring a lot of joy in your life. They're the kind of person that wants to, you know, toast, make a toast. So, you know, being able to cheer on, celebrate small moments, and make life grander than, you know, sometimes we forget to, you know, spice it up and liven our own lives. You know, we can make out of the smallest circumstances, like sort of like a beautiful, we can actually turn those moments into more vibrancy, right? More radiance, and turn these what seems trivial as somewhat of a magical and important event. I don't know if you know what I mean, like without blowing it out of proportion, just, you know, making it special, enjoying, you know, having the awareness of making life beautiful. You know, this person, they either want to lean on you or they want you to lean on them. There's also the number, there's 3 people here, and there's 3 people on the Lover's card. I just have to show you. I'm not necessarily going to go into that particular scenario, but it's a possibility that there's, it could be just, you know, within a group of friends, but it could also just, you know, maybe there's a bit of one person, maybe this person that you're connecting to in 2022. I think they're feeling hurt. They're a little bit jaded. I think it comes from this choice that you're having to make. So maybe they were conscious that you had to choose them over someone else, and it might have a residual kind of, you know, effect on them somehow. But this person will make you feel, will make sure they make you feel welcomed and celebrated and supported and, you know, appreciated here. It's just somehow in the back of your head here, like in the back of your mind, you might remember this initial choice, right? Or they might remember that. I mean, it feels more on their side. I think you're the one choosing here, Leo. You're the one with the power of choice. But I feel you're choosing to reunite with this particular person here. Or at least one of these people, right? And so whoever cross-watcher, hopefully that is you. Let me get a card out of this one, out of this deck. The situation will improve. So yes, Leo, if it's not you choosing, I feel that, you know, you will get chosen because this situation will improve. So if there is a choice, it should be in your favor. Interesting read. But it's definitely a love situation, Leo. And you get the hamster. That's really interesting. You know, maybe you feel like, you know, this situation, like the Nine of Wands here, and the situation will improve with the little hamster. Maybe you feel like you're in that hamster wheel, right, where you're like striving to attain, you know, maybe to get into this relationship with this person, for instance, if, you know, that's one example. So you feel like it's taking you a lot of energy, it's taking you a lot of resilience, because you feel like you're going round and round in circle. But know that this situation will improve. You will reunite. There will be a celebration. It'll be happy, harmonious. And there's going to be a lot of love between the two of you. But someone gets left out, that's for sure. I don't know who. So let's do Virgo now. Virgo. Let's look at where you're putting your focus. What is that big dream that you have in mind for 2022? Two cards. Let's take them. The Three of Pentacles and Death. So, a new beginning. You're creating something new out of old. I get the idea that it's like recycling, right? You're using old I don't know, it feels like it's old things, like literally physical things that you're transforming and you're building something new with them. It's a really strange energy to have, Virgo. It's a hands-on kind of energy where it's very like tangible. It also feels it feels like you're like something is being ripped away from you. And so it's not an easy energy in terms of I'm going to say something, I'm going to say with a lot of respect, right, for you, all of you Virgos and anyone listening. It could be someone passing away in 2022. Feels like something is being ripped away. And there's a recycling energy with the Three of Pentacles here. So there's like, I don't know if this event will create, it plays into the dream. It's like, it's sort of, it factors in what's coming. That's what I'm sensing. It's almost like you need this to happen so that the soil gets fertile. So you can plant these seeds here and see them grow. I know the Three of Pentacles is not a planting seed card like the Seven of Pentacles, for instance. But I still have this intuition that it's almost like you see these arms coming out of the earth and the soil. It feels like it feels like these are the new things that are coming out. I get this huge recycling energy. I have no idea why. I don't know how it could translate in terms of a dream being recycled. Either it's something that you've tried before that you're attempting again. It could be I don't know, the way you're transforming your view of things, the way it's like you're transforming something. It has to do with the way where you're planting the seeds, and the way you're planting them is different. That's what you've transformed this way of doing. And so by planting the seeds somewhere else in a different kind of soil and in a different way, like maybe you're planting them deeper instead of, maybe you're putting special nutriments in the soil, maybe you're watering them a different way. There's something different about how so you're recycling. It's like a different cycle, I get recycled, but I get it's a different way of planting your seeds and of building things. It's almost like you've experienced that they got torn away from you, they got ripped away from you, and now you know, okay, well, I'm going to plant my seeds again, but I'm going to have to do it differently so that they grow. Because last time they got torn away or taken away or ripped away And then the person you're working with on this particular dream here, we have the Five of Cups. I'm going to get one more card. The Fool. Again, the energy of something being ripped apart, something being spilt that doesn't work. But then the two cups that remain, it's how you're recycling. You're saying, okay, let me just work at things differently. And you're able to take on this new beginning, right? Because you're going to be able to recycle. You still have seeds that you hadn't planted, that now you know to plant differently. So it's like almost like kind of the same dream that you had, but now you know to locate it somewhere else and grow it differently so that this time it grows to maturity. Oops, let me get a card like this. That's what it feels like, Virgo. Has to do with romance. So the seed is about love, is about wanting romance. That's your big dream. And the trinket is the book. It's a little open book. You see? That's interesting. Maybe what you need to do differently is being an open book. Maybe show more vulnerability, show more of yourself. by being totally open for someone to, you know, look at all your pages, right? Look at all your experiences. And interesting. Let's do Libra now. What is Libra's energy, the one that they're putting out there in the cosmos through the galactic center towards their big dream, whatever they envision for themselves in 2022? Libra's big dream, Libra's big idea. The Four of Cups in reverse. So you're learning how to go towards the things that satisfy you. You're learning how to choose the things that'll bring you fulfillment, right? You stop waiting for others to provide this for you. You will get out of the energy of stagnation. You want to lift this sort of, there's laziness on this card, right? You want to shake yourself up. Whatever big dream you have is to basically come out of this, I don't know, this sort of zone or phase where you're absolutely almost like dysfunctional, right, Libra? You're not being very productive and you're not chasing your dreams. You weren't. So you're coming out of that. The Four of Cups is saying, you know, you're taking the bull by the horns here. Let's look at who you're partnering up in 2022. The Hangman. Maybe a Pisces. Doesn't have to be. The Five of Swords. That's interesting. The person you're dealing with in connection with this coming out of, you know, feeling dissatisfied and finally tackling and going for the things that correspond to your desires, you know, that are more aligned with your desires and your needs. This person is a sort of a, how do you say? They're like, I don't know the word to describe this, but it's almost like they have two facets of themselves, right? So they're like, they sometimes stimulate you. They're argumentative, and yet they're a deep thinker. So they have this sort of double standard personality. Like they'll tell you, you know, to be more. They have a side of themselves, how can I express this? They have an outgoing side of themselves, right? That could be very, you know, almost, yeah, a little bit prickly, right? That is a little too edgy and like a little too blunt sometimes. But at the same time, right, they're very good with their words. They're argumentative. They're logical. They're witty. They're quick to respond, so, you know, don't mess with them kind of energy. But they also encourage you, right, to speak up. So being a deep thinker, the lovely thing about this combination is the fact that when they do choose to speak, you know, they might be a little too direct, come off as a little too come off really strongly, intensely somehow, and not very comfortable in what they choose to tell you and how they challenge you and how they, push you. But at the same time, they don't lie to you. I don't feel like those are lies, and they're meant with good intentions, with the intentions of making you see a broader perspective on things. I think they want to help you, they want to stimulate you to charge, right? Maybe this is sort of a fighting energy here, like some kind of they want you to stand up for yourself. I mean, even if it does like almost sort of hinge on conflict, they're encouraging you to stand up for yourself, and sometimes having to say what you have to say, even if it feels uncomfortable. But I think they also will have long discussions with you, right? I think they will take the time to share their perspective on things. They might be a really good person to bounce your ideas off of, and get their view on things, so that you have a bit better idea of what you're dealing with, and maybe even finding a sense of direction for yourself here. Because here, coming out of the Four of Cups, you're coming out of apathy, but you don't necessarily have a sense of direction at this point. And I think you need people's advice and different point of views to explore where you want to go with this energy for 2022. Definitely also learn to fight for your spot, right? Fight for your place in the world, almost. Let's get a card for you, Libra. Helpful people. This is a really good advisor. This is a really good person for you. Look out for someone who has a sharp tongue, but that also holds back, that is not just, that doesn't just have a big mouth, right? Someone who thinks a lot, who reflects a lot, but then when they do speak, get out, right? Like, watch out, because it'll be well thought out, and it'll be very logical, and you've got the Hammer. Look out for a hard-working person. I mean, look out in the terms of this would describe the person. It's also, help. It's funny. It's help in building something. What does a tool do? A tool helps us build. I don't know. It's also the idea, what I was saying to you about, they're teaching you how to use your words so that you are, my hands are all dirty from from the trinkets. Never mind. It's about, how they're showing you how to fight, it's almost like here, like, put the nail, like, how do you say, it's nail it, right? So when you nail it, it means like, make sure your argument nails things, right? Not necessarily to nail someone and like keep them or shut them up, right? Not necessarily in that sense. Not having to shut up your opponents, just meaning, nail it with whatever you have to say, or make sure you get your ideas heard. Let's move on to Scorpio. What is Scorpio? What is Scorpio putting out there? The Eight of Wands. The arrows of love, swift communication, even travel. But definitely you're wanting to share your ideas. You're wanting to I feel like you want to sing. You want to sing, you want to obviously I sense you're very talkative, but I don't know, maybe you want to, I feel the social butterfly energy. Something makes me want to say that you're really wanting to expand your friends circle. You want to make new friends, and you also want to reach out to old friends, and you want to consolidate your friend circle. That's what I'm getting. Your network. I'm also sensing creativity. Who is this person that you're dealing with in regards to this big dream? Give me another card for this person. To describe this person in your life. Who is this person? Who is this person? For Scorpio. Well, it came out in reverse, so 5 of Wands in reverse and the 7 of Swords in reverse. It's interesting. It's wanting to connect to someone that avoided you for the longest time, or that you avoided for the longest time, in fear of having to fight with them. You feel like there's animosity between the two of you, or there was, and so there's a lot of mistrust, distrust between the two of you. It also feels like it's someone that you weren't able to grasp, because the 7 of Swords is like the soap that slips out of your hand, and the 5 of Wands is this energy of, you know, these people are battling over there, but I'm gonna go all the way around so that I don't have to go through the battle here, the conflict. So this mixed energy of, you know, avoiding a conflict, or not just avoiding it, but dodging it. And here it's like your biggest dream is to go straight ahead into the heart of the matter here, and sort of, I almost want to say, like, target this energy, this person, as we need to have a conversation kind of thing. Because this person is you've never been able to face this person. It feels like all avoidance, like it's all avoidance energy here, right? It's all like, I'm gonna need one more card, because I'm curious to know why you would want to communicate, or why someone's so avoidant. How could they actually help you with this dream of wanting to communicate, you know, and expressing yourself and singing and being all the way out there, right? showing your passions and being almost flamboyant. There's a lot of flamboyance on this card here for you, Scorpio. And so I don't understand how this person is making you feel flamboyant. How are they creating this for you? In this equation of actually being removed, and maybe it's someone that by being out of your life, obviously if it's not someone good for you and they're out of your life, then yes, maybe you can grow more, you know, finally feel free to maneuver here. I still want to get one more card and get this one. Six of Swords in reverse. That is a strange energy in terms of how they're helping you. I almost get I get the word revisiting. You know, the Seven of Wands and Seven of Swords in reverse is could also be a card of saying when you get the wrong impression about someone. You know, the word deception, right? When someone deceives you, sometimes deception is not even mean or, you know, ill-intentioned. It's more like you're being deceived in terms of what you see is not what you get, right? So you are feeling that that there's a difference between what you perceived the person to be and what you discover they are, or the person you discover them to be, right? It says a year from now. That's really interesting. It's a really funny energy. I don't know how to interpret. I want to say let me think this through. You know, the fact that the Six of Swords is in reverse, it tells me that this person is not going anywhere. So as much as this person is being avoidant and, you know, avoidant of conflict with you, and, you know, they're hiding. They're literally hiding from you. But they're not going anywhere. They're sort of but this energy of a year from now, I had the word revisiting. Maybe it's maybe the results of this dream are being seen on your end in a year. Like maybe you only have, you know, with hindsight, in a year from now, with hindsight, then you'll be able to perceive this person in the right light. Do you understand what I mean? But they're indirectly helping you open up your communication. I can tell you that. An apple. It's interesting. Apples are so yummy, right? An apple away keeps the doctor away. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. This is a good person, believe it or not. They're a good person. They're healthy. with this apple here. They're also enticing if the apple is red, you know, like the red apple in in Snow White. She cannot resist the apple. Or like Eve in Adam and Eve, she cannot resist biting in the apple. Maybe this person is a little bit of a temptation for you, or vice versa. You're a temptation for them. Scorpio. It's a really interesting vibe. It's difficult to describe, to be honest. It almost feels like you'll know further down the line. What was difficult was to express and describe how this person is actually helping you in your communication, you know, and exploring your passions. It's almost like you can't see it now, how it plays out, just as much as I couldn't see it. Anyways, let's do Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Let's do Sagittarius. What are you, since the galactic center is in your sign, full moon is in your sign, Sagittarius, what are you putting out there through the galactic center? What is this energy coming or going? The Page of Pentacles in reverse. So it feels like this big dream has to do with moving a hobby into a vocation. It feels like Tower in reverse for the person that you're associating with in this journey towards this dream. This Page of Pentacles in reverse here is telling me your dream needs a little bit more structure. It needs to be grounded differently. You need some resources that you might not have right now. You have all the knowledge though. I just feel you're not very structured and you're not putting enough time into structuring your dream. This big thing. I think you would do well to ask for assistance on this from your guides. The person you're connecting to is the Tower in reverse. So it's almost like it feels like this person, you perceive this person as being a catastrophe. Oh, I got 3 cards. Okay. That's funny. I didn't mean to draw that many, but let's go with it. I have the Knight of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands, and the 10 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, this person, I had the words, they feel like a walking catastrophe. Yet, you know, they're a steady cavalier. They're like, it's a really interesting vibe. I think this person, is hard on themselves. They judge themselves very harshly. The person you're dealing with is self-sabotaging with the Tower in reverse. and the Nine of Wands here. They do have a lot of resilience off of both these cards. Lots of resilience. They're hardworking. But at the same time, they work only in stretches of, you know, they're not very good at, even if we have the Knight of Pentacles here, this person is not very good on the long haul in terms of, you know, working for a long, very, very hard for a long period of time. But there's, on the flip side of that, they're able to, you know, take on anything that comes their way. And once they're in a situation, they tackle that really well and to the fullest, right? They always take it to the end. They don't leave unfinished, you know, things. They make sure that honor, like, you know, if they said they would do something, they're going to finish the job, whatever. But at the same time, they tend to self-sabotage. And they do that because they're their harshest critic. They also don't like to fail at all. So it's an interesting energy because this person is sort of influencing you. You know, you're feeling a little bit, you know, under the weather here in terms of your big dream, right? You're feeling almost like it's a big chunk, like, oh my gosh, like, how am I going to tackle this one? How do I get this started? How do I get lifted off the ground? And maybe it comes from having this person in your environment that you know that kind of behaves in this way, right? You can tell they're hardworking. You can tell they have experience, a bit like you, right? They have this kind of knowledge of, they have a good basis, right, to launch themselves or launch their business or this endeavor, whatever this is. And yet, you sort of have the same attitude in terms of not being so sure, doubting yourself quite a lot, talking yourself out of doing this. It's a really strange energy. This person is not so much helping you, then they're helping you in being a mirror of what it is that you don't want to do, right? You don't want to be like this when it comes to your big dream. You want to change this energy and you want to stop criticizing yourself. You want to use your resilience. On the contrary, you want to use your resilience and your focused ability. Like, you know, I said, you're not very good at working for like a long period of time on the same thing. But when you do it really well, right? So, and where you're gaining in you know, stamina is that you're good at taking on this kind of, how can I say? Maybe you're good at working at projects that are short, I was going to say short-lived, but I mean that don't take too much time to complete. And you're able to, better able than most, how can I express this? I'm having a hard time. It's like some people cannot deal with the insecurity of having some work and then not having work, right? They prefer like to have sort of a steady schedule, right? Like with maybe your paycheck coming always on the same frequent, like having on, I can't speak for this sign, sorry guys. You know, like the regularity of having the paycheck, right? Sorry, I think I'm a bit tired here. And this other person, on the contrary, they're able to sustain, you know, having a bit more money, working hard, and then not being busy. You know what I mean? This kind of ebb and flow. So there's a give and take here. It's like they have ways of operating that are beneficial and other ones that are less beneficial. And this person is acting as a mirror to you in terms of reflecting back what it is you want to, you know, adopt, and then what it is you wish to leave behind when it comes to this big dream. Because you have an opportunity here to create something. Saggy. Gosh, I couldn't speak here. It says, within the next few weeks, and if you believe. So interesting. I said, you know, the person is highly critical, the person that is mirroring you. So you need to break this and use your faith to overcome, you know, when you're doubtful and when you're self-sabotaging and you're saying it won't work, and, you know, because look, within the next few weeks, you will see a breakthrough. I'm sorry, it was difficult to articulate for some reason. The sparrow. I love sparrows. I love the shape of their wings. And they're very playful. Very playful birds. I sense hope on this trinket with this. The sparrow is bringing in hope. It's also bringing speed. Have you ever seen sparrows, the way they fly? They usually come, in the summertime, they come out at dusk, right? And a little earlier than dusk is also because they chase the insects in the air. And so they fly in groups, and they look like dolphins playing, you know, like, and yet they're having their meal. They're going for the insects, the little bugs in the air. And the dolphins do the same. They kind of gather together, and sometimes they hunt together and get the fish. And so they group around, and then they gather the fish in one place, and then they go in and they feed. And the sparrows sort of do the same. The sparrows will group and fly around, and they dive, and they, you know, they swerve. There's a lot of speed and grace. I feel like all of this to tell you that there's a lot of beauty in this new idea that you want to take on. I just think you have the wrong example, or, you know, like the wrong, how do you say, role model. You know what I mean? It's like you have the wrong role model, and you need to rely more on your faith. And you should see a breakthrough within the next few weeks. Wow. Okay. Sorry. Let's do Capricorn. Capricorn, what is it you're dreaming big? What is this big thing that you're putting out there through the galactic center into the cosmos? Capricorn. What is this beautiful energy coming through? It's the King of Wands in reverse. So it feels like you need, you have a very big idea. It's something on the long term, right? So I think it's going to require that you think twice about this, and I'm sorry to say it like that, but I mean, it's almost like a energy of, before you commit, you need to think twice. Because this dream is big. The King of Wands is the initiator of things that are far-reaching, that have repercussions, that touch more than one person. It sort of has the energy of ripple effects, right? So it's not something you can undertake blindly or lightly. And I think you sense that, Capricorn. I think it's also pertaining to your ambitions, your long-term ambitions as well, right? I think that whatever you're envisioning here is complex. Like it's more like, it almost feels like a structure, right? You've thought out of many different things. You're not thinking of just the next little puzzle piece. You're thinking of the whole, almost like the whole chessboard, right? You're thinking a few steps ahead here. So it's sort of putting you in a funk, right? Because you sense that it's going to be quite an involvement. Queen of Cups, beautiful. Maybe that's what it is. I told you you'd need to think twice about this. It feels like a relationship with the Queen of Cups. The Empress. Wow, who is this woman? Or this feminine energy, at the very least. Okay, this is huge. This is huge energy. Queen of Cups and the Empress. This is why you're you feel a little bit out of your depth here. I think because you know that this decision is going to change the whole of your future, right? This is not just like, this is a big stepping stone. That's the energy. It's this dream involves marriage, or at least companionship, or more than companionship. It is partnership energy. It is romance with the Queen of Cups. It is building an empire with the Empress. An empire of love, you know, like a beautiful nest. That's what it comes through as. So you could be building a home life, even a family here, right, with the Empress. Maybe you want kids. Ask for help from others. I'm going to draw one more card out of this deck. I feel this person is I mean, the dream, in this case, Capricorn, the dream is this person for you. You know, the dream is not outside of this person. This person helping you, they are the dream in your eyes. They are your wish. And so I think you're having a hard time with it. I think you're fighting yourself. I think you need to ask others for help, like your friends or any form of counseling, any kind of, you know, I would even go as far as saying, ask the cosmos to I don't know, it almost feels like I sense fear and I sense apprehension and I sense rejection on this King of Wands. It's almost like a physical impairment. I don't know why it's coming out as a handicap. And you're in front of such beauty here that, you know, the Queen of Cups and the Empress, that person is so beautiful in your eyes that it's making you feel even more handicapped. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to take the two that came out. Romance and abundance. This is crazy. Romance is the Queen of Cups and abundance is the Empress. This is double the message, straight up, double the message. You know, we do have Venus retrograde in Capricorn right now. This is insane. This is, you know, I'm reading for you, Capricorn. This is huge Venus energy right now. Maybe it has to do with feeling more healthy, making yourself more beautiful, taking care of your appearance. Maybe you've neglected yourself. Ask the help of others. Maybe you need to go to the, you know, hairdresser. Like, you need to go have others help you. Maybe, you know, go see a nutritionist. All of these things also. It could be a multitude of women in your family as well. It could be women, you know, especially in the beauty sector. Like, a lot of women work in the beauty sector, so women are helping you beautify yourself, Capricorn. I mean, this is great emphasis on Venus right now. Huge. And, you know, Venus is conjoining Pluto. It might be why you're feeling so out of place and out of shape and out of sorts here, because Pluto is an energy of, you know, having deep fears and deep-rooted, you know, wounds surface, right? So if you feel insecure in any way, sorry, I'm going to draw a trinket. If you feel insecure in any way regarding your body, that's going to come up with Venus-Pluto conjoining. Oh, it's a little heart with a key. So this is really relating to romance. I mean, it's almost like, you know, you feeling beautiful and you loving yourself is gonna, you know, open yourself up to love. It's gonna make you not fear being with this person that you find so beautiful and that you find, you know, that is making you feel less beautiful because you feel they're so beautiful. You know what I mean? But this is a beautiful reading in terms of meeting more than one person that are gonna help you feeling empowered and feeling at your best, sort of. Okay, Aquarius. Let's do Aquarius. Hold on. Let's do Aquarius. These cards. So, what does Aquarius? What is Aquarius putting out there through the Galactic Center? What energy is flowing out there for you, or from there to you? What is that big dream that you're working up for 2022? What is the big dream? Oh, it wanted to be only in two. The Two of Pentacles. So, you're working on stabilizing yourself. Interesting, King of Cups in reverse as well. I think you're working on stabilizing your emotions, but primarily your coins, right? I think you need to stabilize your financial situation, Aquarius. I think your biggest dream, your biggest focus for that you're putting out there is mastering incoming money from two different sources, making sure that they both pay off, investing yourself in two endeavors, making sure you are able to split your time wisely. It could be having to make a choice, a difficult choice. I keep pulling all these cards, although I already have two here. You see, I just mentioned the choice, and there's a King of Cups in reverse here, and there's also a Knight of Wands in reverse. So let's explore the possibility that there's two people, instead of having one person helping you or linked to this big thing that we're looking at. Let's do two sides here. I'll draw one more card for each side. Okay. So, Page of Wands to go with the King of Cups in reverse. Page of Wands with King of Cups. And we have the Moon with the Knight of Wands on the other side. Well, this is like having two roads to travel, to choose from, right? So, like a fork in the road, kind of. You have two different directions. One is unclear to you. One doesn't. You're not able to see where it's leading you. And you feel it's adventurous, and you feel that it's sort of risky. And here with the King of Cups in reverse with the Page of Wands, there's another direction that, you know, you don't necessarily love as much, I think. You don't care for as much. But for some reason, you have a little head start on this path here, and it's a more familiar path, and you're starting to see some growth here. So this one feels more familiar and less daunting. And then there's another path here where it's like walking in the dark and not necessarily knowing where you're going and where you don't feel like your footing is steady. And if it's two people, both of them are coming off to you as, you know, not necessarily steady. I think, you know, you experience both these people sort of similarly. Like, one you feel is in and out of your life, so you don't see them really often. But when you do, you connect at a deep level, like at an emotional level. And then the other one here, it might be closer to you, but you feel is very distant emotionally from you. But you do have good communication as well with them. It's just that there's no emotional communication. Whereas here, this person is more, you know, is less likely to be around you, but when they come around, you feel a connection. It's an interesting vibe. So it comes off as, you know, at the beginning it was about focusing on making money here, but almost feels like two different people suddenly. And if these are your two business ventures, like I said, one is you care for less, you're less involved, but you know it's a familiar path and you've seen growth, so you know you can make this work. Versus choosing to do something where you feel a lot more emotionally involved or invested. You also have to use your intuition a lot more on this path. But it's a dark road. You don't know where it's leading to. And you don't feel very sure-footed. It's funny because in your case, Aquarius, no one is coming to the rescue here. No one is it's not like, I was looking at this as the person that would be helping you in your dream, but in this case, let's say it's two people, it doesn't feel like either of them are necessarily helping you. It feels more like you have to help yourself. And by that I mean you'll have to choose between one or the other. Why would you have to make a choice? That's my question. Why would you have to make the choice? Why wouldn't you be able to keep both? Let's ask this. Let's ask if you need to make a choice, okay? Or if you can keep both. Page of Cups in reverse. It feels like you have to make a choice. Because if you don't make the choice, it's not going to come to you. You need to exert your will in this case. You have to be the go-getter in this case. You have to be the pioneer on this side, or, you know, you have to accept what comes with, you know, the path that is more familiar, but that you don't love as much, right? But on this side, it's like you're so unsure that, you know, this is quite a dilemma, quite a difficult choice. It's like you have no guarantees, Aquarius, no guarantees. So and like I said, if you don't choose it's not going to come to you. So you'll never know unless you try. That's the energy. You'll never know unless you try. Communicate clearly. There you go. You have to make a choice. You have to speak up. You have to decide. You have to... If you decide, it's a clear communication to the universe of what you want. And the dragonfly. The dragonfly is usually linked to transformation. Maybe you'll choose the path that is less the road less traveled here, right? On this side. It's really up to you, Aquarius. I'm unable to tell you which path to choose. And the decision remains yours, not mine. There. Let's do Pisces before my battery dies. I should probably just plug my phone. Let's try to do this. Okay, Pisces, what are you putting out there? What are you putting out through the galactic center into the cosmos? What is this big dream of yours? What are you seeing for 2022? What are you involved in? The Eight of Cups. So, going towards fulfillment. So, changing sceneries, leaving the past behind, leaving unfinished business behind, moving into a new phase of life. Feeling like you need, again, the search for fulfillment, right? So there's an objective here. I'm wanting to know, oh, that's great. Ace of Swords. I was just going to say, I hope you know what you're walking towards right? Because usually this card is, the emphasis is on what you're leaving behind, but I also like to look at where you're headed, right? And sometimes you might be walking away from something that is very clear to you what you're walking away from, but when you're looking in the new direction and you're walking towards the new direction, you might not see where this horizon is taking you. So in this case, you know where it's taking you. Someone is helping you see where you should go next. Someone is communicating. I have many cards. I'm going to take them. I have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, Ten of Swords, and the World. So you see, it's really, really, the truth of the matter is, the truth of the matter of what you're walking away from is a unrequited, non-reciprocal exchange, a situation that is involved betrayal, that is over with, and you know, a lesson learned here and a new cycle beginning. And this is the new cycle coming around, you know. it's funny because if this embodies a person that you're meeting, they've gone through a similar situation as you, of, you know, going through a situation that wasn't fair, but not just fair, that wasn't an equal give and take. They've experienced that, and they're able to share this with you. They're able to share this with you and tell you. And so their insight is helping you, instead of focusing on what you're leaving behind, it's helping you look at where you want to go next. This big dream, in essence, is wanting to travel to a new location, in every sense of the word, right? It could be a new place in your mind in terms of how you perceive your life to be, how you perceive yourself to be, a new sense of gaining like a new understanding of who you are fully, you know, like looking at yourself from every angle here, and being able to see of all of what you bring, right? Of all of what you're composed of, all of the experiences, all of the, and who you've become through these experiences. So it's a beautiful energy of wanting to level up, wanting to go to the next step for yourself, you know, feeling like it's a new beginning in truth, in terms of embracing your truth, having someone telling you your truth, you know, having someone, if you ask them, how do you perceive me, etc., ask for help from others. This person is there to make you see, you know, through either a shared experience, they've had the same experience, or having the advice of others to show you the, you know, the real you, to help you understand, you know, like, you know, when you don't really see yourself well, you don't know, you have a poor self-image or something. If you ask other people that love you, they'll tell you differently, right? You could ask them for that kind of feedback. Let me get this trinket here. This one. Haha. So the 4-leaf clover for you. So interesting. This is like, I'm thinking St. Patrick Day, March 17th. So March could be an important month for you in terms of this new dream, this new thing that you're moving towards, because that is still not really shown here in terms of what the new thing is per se. It's showing me, I was looking to see if the cards would tell me where you were headed, but instead they showed me what you were leaving behind. But the one thing you're going towards is this Ace of Swords, which is your truth, embracing fully who you are. And, you know, sprinkled by a little bit of luck here, some, you know, but feeling like you should look towards a bright future, right? Again, 4-leaf clover is luck, right? So here, the 8 of Cups, you're moving towards your fulfillment. You're looking for that 9th cup. So you're looking to fulfill a wish, to fulfill yourself, right? So there you go, Pisces. I'm done for the night. It's been a long one. I'm going to timestamp it. So if you want to jump to your sign, that's the easiest way. Otherwise, it's too much of a journey. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Bye.